All right. Hello, everybody. My name is Scott Skiba. I'm the Executive Artistic Director for Cleveland Opera Theater. Welcome to our Friday online masterclass. Today we have with us our very own Maestro Dean Buck, and we have sopranos Shannon Christie and Sabina Balsamo who are joining us today. Thank you, ladies. Thank you, gentlemen, for joining us. Maestro, pass it along to you to give the intros, and then we'll go from there. So thank you all for joining us today.
Thank you, Scott, and thanks everyone for tuning in. My name's Dean Buck. I am the assistant conductor and chorus master of Cleveland Opera Theater. And Shannon, since you're going first, why don't you introduce yourself, tell us what you're singing, um,
Yep,
and your relationship to Scott and the company and everything.
cool. My name is Shannon Christie. I received my undergraduate from University of Indianapolis. I am going to be entering University of Colorado to pursue my graduate studies in the fall. I currently study with Dr. Rachel Copeland, Scott's wife, Scott Skiba's wife. So that's my connection to Cleveland Opera Theater. So,
Great,
do you want me to tell you what? Oh,
and just tell us what you'll be.
okay. Um, I will be singing O Quante Volte from I Capuletti e I Montecchi by Bellini.
Ready when you are.
Awesome.
Cute. Brava.
Thank you.
Good job. Good job. Is this a song? Is this an aria that you've kind of been doing for a while? Is it a newish one? Where are you in it?
It's a newer. I've performed it for auditions a couple times, but never to a live audience. And with quarantine, it's kind of, I haven't touched it in a couple months, so
Of course, yes. And
yeah.
all of the technological things, you were following a recording, which is the antithesis of how you would normally be singing. So just know, like, I'm aware of those, and I'm not like, oh wow, she's off from this recording that she's following.
New recording for sure.
Very, very good job. Sometimes we get a little lazy with our vowels, yeah. A vowel becomes too schwa-y sometimes.
Okay.
I'm trying to find where it was. Like una vampa. There's a little
Okay.
una vampa.
Okay.
You gotta watch stuff like that. And the big thing that we need to look at is the tonic accent of the word. Our last syllables are almost always too long, especially in the recit. So,
Okay.
eccomi in lieta vesta. Ve needs to be longer than sta, right? Because the word is vesta. So if you go vesta, it just throws off the momentum. And, multiply it by each time. So let's start at the beginning of the recit, and I will stop you this time.
Sounds good. Do you want it with the accompaniment then?
If you don't mind, but whatever's easiest, don't go out of your time to like do up things in the track, and you can just skip right to like the 3 chords before Ekomi.
Sounds good. Yeah, let's try and see if I can get it there.
I need a little more double T on Vittima.
Vittima? Okay.
A little more 2 double T. And this is a taste thing. A lot of people will take to do the others. I'm not a huge fan of the schwa between the R and N of Adorna. I prefer a rolled, because every single Italian that I've ever worked under and worked for has always been said that, and that the schwa is not what we should do. So instead of Adorna, Adorna, Adorna,
Okay.
Adorna. Try it. See how it feels. There are
Okay.
times when we need that schwa instead, but I don't think this is one of those times.
Okay. Could you say, so just model it one more time?
Instead of ecco mi adorna, do ecco mi adorna.
Okay.
Roll the R into the N instead of putting the schwa in.
Okay.
If you want to just start on ecco mi adorna.
Oh, okay. Okay.
But piede, same thing, right?
Piede.
When we have something like o almen potessi, one note, right? It has to go o almen potessi. The phrase has to go to that place, right? To potessi. So a little more because it's a little too o almen potessi.
Okay.
It doesn't mean you can't take time if you want to take time. It just needs a direction, yeah? Right on that?
Mm-hmm. Amen potessi, quo vittima cader,
Nuziali, not nuziali. Nuziali.
Nuziali.
Yeah. O nuziali tede. Make sure, because I think you're saying like o nuziali.
Okay.
The
Hmm.
accent we need on nuziali. Um,
Okay.
try it.
Oh, nuziali tede. I got okay. Oh, nuziali te. Oh.
Yali.
Oh, nuziali tede. Apporite così, così fatali. Siate, oh, siate per me vociferali.
Cool. I won't touch the coloratura too much. Um, just know you have totally the right idea with but feel free to accelerando at your pace rather than singing like 3 notes slow and then try to go as fast as possible.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's like if you sing like it doesn't, you're gonna get lost and the pitches are gonna be ambiguous and it's not gonna work. So practice that slow, practice it staccato. I always like to recommend singers practice coloratura slow and short.
Okay.
Um, and just find your way to get back into tempo. There's no orchestra with you. You can do it however the heck you want. Um,
Okay.
so just kind of take that, and same with the arpeggios. Um, however you need. I mean, they're really impressive fast, but they need to be really, really spot on. So whatever you need to do, and it's all a cappella. So make it yours. Do some interpretation there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want to start your track up again right at Ardo?
Yes. Let me look at the time real quick so I know where to go. That should be.
Same thing with that schwa, right? And especially if you're rolling Ardo.
Okay.
You can do the portamento, I don't mind. Ardo, but not Arado.
Rado. Got it. Okay. Back. Ardo. Una vampa. Un poco. Da mi strugge.
1C in foco.
Okay.
It almost sounded like a CCH type thing the way we did it. And it's a strong word.
Okay.
Oh, you can double the F if you want. Un foco. But don't
Okay.
foco. Nope. Super stopping. Yeah. Um,
Uh-huh.
strugge. I like to keep it as quarter notes. Strugge. And there we need a really big double G. Yeah. Strugge, because of the word, strugge. It's a
Mm-hmm.
reflect the text. Watch the second a of vampa, because the first one's perfect, but you tend to go vampa and
Okay.
almost move towards a schwa a little too much. So try it again.
It's a bit forward. Okay. Let me repeat that.
Vampa. Same sound, same vowel.
Gotcha. Arno, una vampa, un foco, tutto mi strugge. But then the last too long.
Yeah, the last one was too long, but on the
Uh-huh.
vampa, I think this time we just overcompensate a little bit and over darkened. It kind of sounded like
Okay.
it's like that kind of like super far back over dark. Just say you just we can leave it alone.
Vampa.
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 Yeah, you would just say it a few times, sing it a few times, record yourself, make sure the vowel is the exact same, and that we're not changing it up. You got it. Let's go on.
Cool.
Vano, right?
Vano.
Um, Now with venti, you had the right idea, but because this is a really nice acapella phrase, don't get don't overcompensate in just singing the whole thing too short. You can linger on van as long as you want. As long as it's not venti, venti, don't sing it too fast or too short because you're being conscious of doing it like this. Yeah.
The recording, yeah.
You
Okay.
can stretch. Just make sure that the tonic accent of the word is always preserved.
Okay.
Do you speak before you start singing ever with arias?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
Especially for the recitative.
yeah, definitely just always, what how they always say, canti come parli. Keep that in mind, sing like you
Okay.
speak. It just always ask yourself, is this the right phrasing? Is this the right are the right parts of the words being accented? Yeah?
Okay.
Well, we can go on for sake of time.
Okay. I think it should.
I think we were at the B flat arpeggio right before Ove se tu.
Yeah, I think it already did it. So let me just.
Oh, sorry. Very nice, very nice. Thing to point out, be careful that dove inviarti doesn't become dove inviarti.
Okay.
Inviarti. Don't
Yeah.
linger on that E. Inviarti. Do that Greystone on the R. Yeah.
Okay.
Because if you do VR, it doesn't, it becomes, it's inviarti. It's not inviarti. So,
Gotcha. Okay.
um,
Yeah.
let's look at a little bit of the aria since we don't have much time.
Okay.
Left. So if you want, can you skip the intro and just start right at the first, like the bar before O quante volte?
Oh my gosh, it just closed out. Hold 1 second.
We can go over and go over with stuff. We started a few minutes late too, so
Sorry, ad. What?
I just said take your time. We can go over a few minutes. It's
Okay. It is going through the ad real quick.
yes.
It's a YouTube. There we go. Okay. What time is it? Sorry about that.
No, no, no. ardor instead of quale ardor. Because the word is quale, right?
Quality. Yeah.
I would
Okay.
not do it because you were doing quale ardor. Yeah.
Okay.
Either quale ardor or quale ardor, whichever one you want, but not with the le on the E flat. Yeah.
Okay.
Um, the third bar of the aria, the Quiero al ciel.
Uh-huh. Sorry, I'm looking at it over here.
What musical gesture would you call that in your line? Quiero al ciel.
What? Sorry, but
To
what
me,
musical gesture?
right, it's like a musical sigh.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
We need
I
more.
feel that.
We need a little more of that, and we accomplish that by doing really the same thing. Te quiero al ciel instead of quiero al ciel. So,
Okay. Yeah,
um,
that makes sense.
watch your O on volte. It sometimes it's just the tiny bit too closed. We can open it the
Okay.
slightest, but we don't want like a crazy open O, but just a little more open. Yeah. O
Okay.
volte.
Yes.
Cool. Let's start from the top again
Okay.
and try to think about those things. Good. I'm being very nitpicky here. The Tiquero al Ciel, much better, but with that, it needs to connect as one phrase all the way to the end of Piangendo, right?
Yeah, I felt a little disjunct when I was trying to do the sigh.
So let that inform, maybe back off a little bit on Piangendo to make it coming down from that side. It is still part of the same gesture. So figure out a way to connect it a little bit more. Also,
Okay. Yeah.
you have a tendency to do the slightest little diphthonging between o and quante.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Your mouth changed a little bit too much. Oh, qua. Yeah.
Midwest. Yes, I will fix that.
All good. We all do it. Start from the top again, and think about that connecting. Big phrase. Big phrase.
Okay. Yeah.
You were doing so well, and it was so beautiful and so amazing. And then you turned the quarter note of tatendo into like a dotted half note plus. Ardo matendo.
Okay.
It's tatendo, right?
Capendo.
Same principle, even in the aria, it's that same principle. You listen to great Italian singers, and they always, even in the most beautiful legato arias, preserve that tonic accent when we need to. If it's the end of a phrase, it's a little different. If there's a time where you're taking liberties, but if it's in the middle of something like this, we still need to make sure that do is not crazy held into the next bar, yeah?
Yeah. Yep. I
Cool.
can fix that.
Awesome.
Do you want to?
Beautiful job. Otherwise, the phrasing was so good. It was so nice. The oquante was much better, and I totally felt that first phrase. It was awesome.
Great. Where would you like to start?
Wherever is easy for you.
Let's see where it is. Okay, let's just back it up a tiny
Good. Very nice. Very nice, Shannon. The first Inganno il mio desir, I don't think you're holding the E of mio quite long enough. I think it's starting to come mio desir.
Okay.
Mio desir.
Okay.
Just a little too much. The second one with the ornamentation, fantastic. Just do it exactly like that. It's great. But the first one, stay a little more on the E.
Okay.
Cool.
Do you just want to keep going forward, or?
Yeah, let's just keep going.
Okay.
I was giving you a thumbs up.
Oh, I said stop.
No, I'm sorry. Good. While we're stopped, this whole raggio del tuo sembiante, the big thing is considering how to contrast it from the first verse, right?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of it is probably that the dynamics basically don't translate at all via Zoom. And you might have been doing really strong pianissimo, I think, there. And don't be afraid to do a strong double, a triple R on raggio, especially if you're singing soft. It just to get that coming out soon enough, so you can really phonate on that that will set it in a really good place for the whole phrase. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Also, that accent on spira, allora che spira.
Mm-hmm.
How do you interpret that accent?
I think it's an emotional accent because it's her size, and it's kind of like a desperation at that point.
That works. To me, it's just the top of the phrase.
Or that.
I think crescendo to that, you're modulating. It's the five to the relative major that you're going to. So just
Build to that.
build to it and really make it, especially this time. I feel like second time we go through something variation. We start softer, really big, really go through that and make it a long phrase. Yep.
Okay. Yeah.
I feel like we're probably at time where we should probably switch out.
Okay.
So we don't go more than 10 minutes over. I feel like we started about 10 after 6, right?
Yeah, that works. Thank you so much for all your advice.
Like questions or things, clarifications of things that we worked on, anything that you.
No, I think you were very clear. The working on the vowels and keeping them as clear as everything else. So yeah, I think it was good. Thank you.
Great. Thank you, Shannon. Really appreciate it. And brava. Good work. Great work.
Thank you.
Beautiful. evening. It was so nice to hear you, Shannon.
Yeah. How are you doing, Sabina?
Oh, I'm good, Dean. How are you?
Living the dream. If you want to introduce yourself, say what you're singing,
Sure.
all of those.
Sorry, my name is Sabina Balsamo, and I'm singing Chi bel sogno from La Rondine by Puccini. Okay, and we go. Il suo mister come mai finì? Ahimè, un giorno lo studente in bocca alla bacio. E fu quel bacio rivelazione, fu una passione. Oh, I can't hear you, Dean.
Brava.
Thank you.
Brava. This is such a hard and you sang it very well. Is this your recording, or is it just something you found?
Something I found.
Okay. Yeah, because it's really slow.
I know. I know. I wish I could take it faster. Believe me.
No, I just wanted to know if it was you or if it was. I figured it wasn't. I figured it was just something that was available. Cool. So again, a lot of this doesn't is hard to do with the Zoom because I can't really hear dynamics. But this is. I feel like this is a very common audition aria, right? A lot of people do this in auditions, and when the panel asks for this, they want to see how pianissimo and in tune you can sing Folle Amore, and also Mio Sogno. And if you're working on this, just drill that, get that, work with your teacher, get to the point where you can sing the most beautiful pianissimo folle amore, folle ebbrezza. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not going to work if I play, but I'm wondering if you just do it a cappella to kind of, because tempo has so much to do with this aria.
Right.
Just kind of think about where you would do it. So if we just start, if you want to just try it.
Sure.
Yeah.
Il suo mister come mai finir? Ai un giorno lo studente in bocca alla bacio, e fu quel bacio rivelazione, fu la passione.
First of all, I'm not convinced on the portamento of Qu'il bel sogno. I don't think you need it.
Okay.
And Puccini is, to me, Puccini is so much about motion. Like it can be slow, it can be, we can take time, but it has to move, and there's always has to be a clear direction where the phrase is going. Qu'il bel sogno di Doretta potendo vinar il suo mister. It don't just slow down out of nowhere, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And how do we contrast these first two phrases? The one that starts with Qu'il bel sogno and the one that starts with A me un giorno.
I think I mean un giorno is has more energy, I think.
Yes, I agree. How do we achieve that? I think A me un giorno we go a little slower.
Okay.
Because what's happening in the aria now, in the opera now? Like, who is Doretta?
Doretta is a made-up character that the poet is writing a song about.
Right.
And she leaves a king for a student.
Exactly. And so, you know, not even a page ago, Prunier has done this. Qu'il bel sogno di Doretta potendo vinar il suo mister nessun mai scopri. So Magda is just kind of taking over from him, and it's like, I always think of, like, you ever go to like summer camp or something where those icebreakers where you had to like say a sentence in a story, then say another sentence, and then you pass it around. So it's like, I walked on the street and saw a horse, and then you pass the next person, they go, I walked on the street and saw a horse, and then, and I feel like that's kind of, you know, Magda's like, this is an easy story, I know it. Qu'il bel sogno di Doretta potendo vinar il suo mister come mai fini. That's where she changes it, and that's where I think she's kind of...
Yeah, so the second verse is hers, right?
Yeah, starting from Come Mai, it's like, oh yes, who is this beautiful dream if Dorettas could guess? You don't know how it finishes, or no one knows how it ended. Oh, they met the student and the kiss, and you know. So I think the beginning. Don't be afraid to move it, like. And then there's where we slow down, and then the second verse. Makes sense?
Yeah, totally.
And let that ritardando for fulla passione just slow down to the tempo for folle amor. Don't go too slow. E fu quel bacio rivelazione, fu la passione. bum, 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 four. You know, so don't take too long, don't stop. Just keep it moving, yeah?
Sure.
Start from the top, either a cappella or with your track, whatever you think is the most helpful.
Well, I won't be able to do this with the track, so I'll try it. Would you mind giving me a C?
For the middle part, we can.
What?
Do it a cappella, and if you want to put the track back in at any time, just do it.
Sure. Il suo mister come mai finì? Ahimè, un giorno uno studente in bocca alla bacio, e fu quel bacio rivelazione, fu la passione.
You have to, that's absolutely the right idea. Don't take too many liberties with the rhythms.
Okay.
There are a few things like studente in bocca la bacio. Keep them 16th notes instead of studente bocca la, just stretch here and there, but don't change any rhythms, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Also, I think those first two phrases are not quite connected enough. Il sogno di Doretta poté indovinar il suo mister Keep it in tempo there. Only slow down when it's come mai fini. Do you mind just like following me for a sec? I think it'll just be easier if I show you. And
il suo mister come mai finì? Ahimè, un giorno uno studente in bocca alla bacio, e fu quel bacio rivelazione, fu la passione.
I know I'm like hesitating because you're behind, but does that make sense kind of with the general shape?
Yeah.
I think the folle amore, folle ebbrezza, as close to a tempo throughout this whole thing, really makes it so special when you have that fermata on the high C in the next phrase.
That makes sense.
And I know people drag it all out and hold each bar, but to me, if you keep it, you can hang on a little bit, you can stretch a little bit. But if we keep it largely a tempo to the point where like I wouldn't have to subdivide, when that high C fermata comes, it's just so amazing. It's just such a great moment.
Yeah. That makes a lot of sense.
Do you want to try from folle amore? You can use it if you want. You don't have to if you don't want. It's up to you.
I mean, it's definitely easier with it.
Okay,
sure.
Do it with it.
Okay. You know what? Never mind. My YouTube is it wants to play ads instead. Okay.
be tough with yourself about the rhythms. Because there's just a few things. What Puccini gives you so much here, and the rhythms he gives you are not, in my mind, worth changing. So especially like mio sogno instead of mio sogno. Don't no ambiguity. When we take time, we take time. When we don't, we don't. But the rhythms never change.
Right. Okay.
Try it from Folle Amore again, and just think more a little. Rhythms stay the same. Take your time, do your thing, but don't change any rhythms.
Okay.
Rosa. Bum bum. Good.
I hope I'm still in the same key. Oh my god.
That's not what I'm worried about. We're working on style and stuff like that, so don't. That's not what we're focused on for this. Good, better. Couple things. Watch Chi la sottil carezza. You have a tendency to want to rush there.
Okay.
I don't think it needs it. I think the music itself moves enough that you kind of get this written in accelerando with it's long and then it's eighth notes and then it's 16th notes, and I think there's no need to push there. However, the second time, I think you have the right idea with che importa la riche, which was good. What the carezza se al fine I fiori. You kind of wanted to wait an extra beat before se al fine.
Yeah.
Not to be too much of a downer, but I really like to take Puccini's allargando literally on La Felicità and not slow down any slower than will be there.
Okay.
I don't think we need a fermata on Felicità. Just keeping it, Yeah.
Yeah.
Slow down, but never stop. And I think that's what the best Puccini singers do. When you listen to Callas sing Puccini, when you listen to Gigli, they take time, they interpret, but they never stop when the music does not stop. And no matter how fast it is, no matter how slow it is, there's always direction. And I think that's the thing that sometimes people get confused about with Puccini is it's like, oh, it's Puccini, you can be free and take time. It's like, well, you kind of can, but honestly, I think there's way more freedom in Rossini or Donizetti than there is in Puccini. It's very much, he gives it to you. So, to me, too many words to say, don't slow down too much.
Okay, yeah, got it. Thank you.
Where do you want to take it from?
Maybe che importa la
Great.
pizza?
You want track or no track?
no track because I can't control the track, you know?
I mean, yeah.
It does exactly the opposite thing that you're saying.
Ai vostri piedi, tutte le grazie della primavera. Good. Very nice. Can we do just the beginning with the track? Just check out a couple things in the Italian since we kind of got the large scale structural thing.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Yes.
You know, don't worry about the tempo stuff. We'll do it at whatever tempo that the track has it at.
Okay, so you just want me to sing and then you'll stop me?
Yeah, just sing it from with the track, just so we can work out a couple things regarding the Italian.
Okay, I'll skip the intro a little bit.
Singing with this track will actually be a really good exercise because it forces you to do all the stuff we talked about with the tempo just in your phrasing. So good job. I felt how much you wanted to do the portamento and Chi bel sogno, but you didn't. Good job.
I do prefer it without. I don't know why I do it.
Yeah. To me, it's too early. There's no need for it. You know, it's not helping you.
Yeah.
Again, watch the tape taking liberties with the rhythms. Qu'il bel sogno di doretta potendo vinar. No matter how slow it is or whatever the track does.
Yeah.
Doretta potendo vinar. Because if you do like Qu'il bel sogno di doretta potendo, you know, it's kind of that lounge singer effect, which I know you can't. So just keep that in mind. Yeah, try it again from that top and see what we can do. Expression, but without changing rhythms. Do you need to go right away, Sabina, or do you have a couple more minutes?
I have minutes. Oh, sorry.
Il suo mister come mai finì? Ahimè, un giorno lo studente in bocca alla baciò, e fu quel bacio rivelazione, fu la passione.
Good, good. That's much better with the rhythms. I think if you do the slightest more double T on Doretta, it'll help you.
Really? Okay, I will.
And
Yeah.
I think your O on come is the tiniest bit too open. Come mai fini. It's the right shape and the right. It's just the tiniest, tiniest bit open.
Okay.
Good, all stuff that I know you can work on. Since we're a little over, and we only have a couple minutes left, is there any specific parts of this that you have questions about? That any things you'd want clarification on? Things that you'd want to look at again or look
Yeah.
at?
How much can I actually milk the end, like the very end? Poter amar così.
Um, as much as any conductor will agree to, I'm fine with it. As long as you do a really nice diminuendo.
Okay. Yeah, on Z.
No, on Amar. That's because that's yeah, I think you can milk it. Just make sure look at the you look at the accompaniment that the orchestra does have something with you. So you just need to be in touch with the conductor, or the pianist if you're doing it with piano. The other thing I think to remember with this opera, with this aria, is it's about what 3 minutes into the opera. So a lot of the like big show-stopping moments, or something like Visidarte, it's not really what we want to do like 3 minutes into the opera.
Yeah.
And I think Magda has a ton of stuff that you can milk in Act Two, and especially in Act Three. Like there, she has so much just like emotional music. This is, it has the misfortune of being the one excerptable aria from essentially the whole show that everyone does. Therefore, it's been kind of treated like the excerptable arias. But I would say as long as you do a really, really, really nice diminuendo on Amar, yeah, you can take your time with it.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
And just make sure that the from the sostenuto felicità o sogno der poter o sogno d'or poter amar, rather that you do have to be a tempo, but you can stretch what you're doing as long as you and the conductor land together.
Okay, yeah.
Slow.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Of course. Anything else?
I think that's all my questions. That's a lot to work on. I really appreciate it.
Of course. And great job. It sounds great. And definitely excited to hear where it goes.
Thank you. It's always a pleasure.
Same. Good to see you as always.
You too.
Well, thank you, Maestro. Thank you, Sabina. Thank you, Shannon. Any parting questions or words of wisdom?
No, it was just so nice to hear you, Sabina, finally. And thanks, Scott, for having us and all the
Absolutely,
great
yeah.
advice,
Thank
Dean.
you all for being here. Thank you all for tuning in.
Great work. Get up. Thank you.
Great job, Maestro. Great job, everybody. And we will see you soon.
Sounds good. Thanks,
Bye,
everyone.
everyone.
Thank you.
Bye.